Good morning and welcome back to the garden. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Karla and I'm gardening in Zone 9A in Southeast Texas. This is the first Saturday of February, so happy Saturday to everyone. We the weather has really warmed up and we got a lot of rain today. And so that's kind of what I want to start talking about. I want to show you my garden when it rains heavily. And maybe someone can give me some idea what I can do to prevent some of this standing water. Okay, so if you look here, the water is just pooling, and it does this every time it rains. I can't walk way over there, but this is the new chicken run that I've been working on. And as you can see, when it rains heavily, I'm not able to let my birds out because they would just be sloshing around in pools of water. This is the little chicken garden that I made the other day and showed you guys. You see, you can't even see the sidewalk anymore. And if I pan you around this way, without making you too dizzy, you see it's just standing water. Now, it doesn't last long because usually we're so dry, but for the next couple of hours, excuse all that wood, the next couple of hours, probably until tomorrow, my birds won't be able to go out, and I have to deal with it. But I was hoping that somebody who knows a lot more about controlling water, the flow of it, could tell me what to do. Now, I was thinking that I need to maybe add a lot of soil to raise the garden up, but that's going to get really expensive. So if you have any ideas, I would appreciate it, because this is really a mess. Well, what I was thinking is, in order to remedy this problem of the flooding in this area, I would have to bring in some dirt, but that's going to get kind of expensive for me. So I was hoping that someone might have a better idea. Maybe I need to put a trench of some kind and make it run out of the yard. If you have any suggestions, I would truly appreciate it. So since I can't get any work done out in the garden today, it's really just too wet and mushy, I'm going to take you inside of the tunnel and give you a little update of what I've been doing so far. And hopefully this water will subside by tomorrow and I can get out here and finish working on my run. I'm starting to get behind schedule. I need to get all of that junk up and start tearing down this. Well, I'm not going to tear it down. I think I'm going to rebuild it. The roof needs to come off and the front needs reshaping. And hopefully most of that wood is still pretty solid and I won't have to spend too much money trying to get it up and running for this growth season. But let's go and look inside of the high tunnel. So I thought I'd give you just a quick look at the progress I've made. You know, it's time to start sowing seeds. And so here in my little tunnel, I bought this shoe rack and I've been transforming it into a rack to put my plants on. Here in these pots are moringa seeds which have not sprouted yet. Way back in the corner there is a baby elephant ear I found that survived the cold snap. So I put it in a little pot and got it in undercover. In these two foil containers, the larger one is arugula, and the small round one, I just sowed some mustard seeds in it. You can see they're starting to come up. Below that, I have some boysenberry plants that I bought from Baker Creek. I bought them from Baker Creek right at the end of summer and didn't have time to get them in the ground, so I simply placed them in here into some pots. Here along the edge here are all lemongrass, and they're looking rough because they all got hit by the cold snap we had, but as you can see, they all have a bit of green in there, so I know that they're still alive. And I will pot them up into larger pots in a few days because they look really good. There are a lot of plants in that one pot, not counting the weeds. And this is one of the beds that right at the end of summer I showed you guys that I was going to compost in. It has shrank a lot, and this in here is pure compost now. There's no banana stems or anything left in it, so that onion was already there, and that's a little bit of Swiss chard that's starting to come up. I placed some russet potatoes under there today, so hopefully they'll sprout up soon. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to put some greens or something. I'm just going to use the space for whatever I can find. This is one of the beds that I was just trying to see how it would work if I just took wire and filled it with dirt. And I lined it with those chicken feed sacks. And as you can see, they are really starting to fade because of the heat, but they're still doing their job. Along here, I made some makeshift shelving that goes in this corner and around, and basically I just took some thin pieces of wood that I had and zip tied some metal mesh to it so that it'll hold my pots. In these pots are some collards that have yet to come up. They ought to poke their heads out any day now. If you look right there, right there, I think that's one starting to come up. And then if we go this way on this side, back there I have bell peppers because I'm trying to get an early start on my bell peppers. And then starting here are eggplants. I have there are two different types of eggplants in there. And let's see, I have two right here and right there that have started to come out. Here I have some rosemary. Now these, I just brought these out a few minutes ago because it's starting to get dark and I think they can adjust. I started them out by taking clippings and putting them in the house in water to get them to root, and they all did root. But over here I tried an experiment in these bottles, and what I did was I took the cuttings before they rooted and I just stuck them into the soil inside this bottle, and as you can see, well, they're doing really well. They've been in here for about 4 weeks now. But if you look at this one really good, see right in there, you're starting to see a faint get a faint look of the rooting system. So this did work. And so that was my little experiment to see which would grow best. And honestly, they both did very well. Back in this corner are all of my Cavendish banana plants, and as you can see, the tops have died back really hard. I should have covered them so that I wouldn't lose all of that growth. But lesson learned, because they're crispy, so they will have to resprout from the bottom, but they will. Here is just a cactus plant that I had in a pot that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but the ones that I left out, they really don't look good. So at least I'll have this one that won't have to start from ground zero again. In this container, I have sunchokes that I dug up, and later on in the week I'm going to find a better place for them. I just wanted to cover them so that they didn't go soft on me. And in this little pot, I have a few small potatoes, sweet potatoes, and I'm just trying to see if I could get them to make slips early, so I'll have some. They're too small to do anything with, and so I just placed them in there. I'm gonna pull one out because I just put them in today, but you see they're very small, and so not to waste them, I thought, well, maybe if I bury them a little bit, they'll make slips. So we'll wait a couple of weeks and I'll let you guys see if I was right or wrong. And of course, this is my dinosaur kale. Now this bed, I got it full of junk right now because of all the stuff I was doing. But this bed did not break down as well as the other one. You see here, I still have a lot of banana stem in here. So tomorrow I'm gonna come in here and cut the pieces up smaller and fill it with some more material and see if I can get that to come compost down. So that's just a quick look at the progress I've gotten done so far in the little tunnel. And as I get some more stuff planted, of course, I'll let you guys see that as well. Thank you for tuning in to the channel and checking out my progress. I'm working on a lot of things, and hopefully you enjoyed my journey. So until next time in the garden.